Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. According to information from within the Los Angeles Lakers, the executive's goal is to make surprising deals and put the Lakers in a position to be champions for a few years and restore the NBA dynasty. The team already has Luka Doncic, who is young, and the new signings will be athletic, young players with a lot of potential, but who are already solid players, such as Luguentz Dort from the Oklahoma City Thunder, who is a great player. A big upgrade is suggested for next season. The Lakers take big man from the Oklahoma City Thunder and renew the roster, creating a great team to seek the 18th title. The Los Angeles Lakers were handed a 116-104 defeat in Game 3 of their first-round playoff series against the Minnesota Timberwolves on Friday night, as Minnesota's Anthony Edwards contributed 29 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists to help his team pull away down the stretch. Facing a 2-1 deficit in the series, the Lakers head coach J.J. Redick has been tasked with figuring out how to slow down the Timberwolves' offensive attack while hiding superstar guard Luka Doncic in the process. Edwards relentlessly hunted Doncic on switches, leading to plenty of open driving lanes and kick-out opportunities for the Timberwolves' three-point snipers Donte DiVincenzo and Naz Reid. In an effort to provide the defensively inept Doncic with more support on the perimeter, Los Angeles' general manager Rob Pelinka could have a chance to land an elite 3-and-D wing from the Oklahoma City Thunder Lu Dort, as recent reports have indicated that the 6'4" forward may end up being a luxury that Oklahoma City cannot afford in the near future. One player who could find himself on the outside looking in is wing Lu Dort, Fansided's Michael Sines wrote Saturday morning. Even though he's proven to be an important player to Oklahoma City over the past few years, there's a very real chance that he could end up being a cap casualty in the future. No matter how this season ends for Oklahoma City, there's a chance that the Thunder could end up shopping Dort as soon as this offseason, especially considering he has just 2 years left on his current contract. At just 26 years old, Dort has developed into one of the best pure defenders in the entire NBA and a deadly distance shooting threat who knocked down a career-best 41.2% of his three-point looks this season. In a hypothetical scenario where Oklahoma City looks to trade the rising star this offseason, it's plausible that the Lakers could swoop in to complete a deal by offering up a package of Dalton Knecht, Jared Vanderbilt, and first-round draft capital. Through 71 regular season appearances with the Thunder in 2024-25, Dort averaged 10.1 points, 4.1 rebounds, and 1.1 steals while boasting an excellent 110 defensive rating per 100 possessions. For his efforts, the supremely skilled stopper finished at number 4 in Defensive Player of the Year voting, receiving 11 first-place votes. If united with the Lakers' pair of generational talents in Doncic and LeBron James, the sky could be the limit for the storied franchise in 2025-26 and beyond. As a player perfectly capable of guarding every position on the floor and knocking down long-range shots at a blistering clip, he'd likely prove to be a wonderful addition to a competitive, star-studded team looking to raise the Larry O'Brien Trophy once again. While it's fun to fantasize about a potential Dort deal, it remains unlikely that Oklahoma City would agree to a transaction of any kind to part ways with the defensive force after the team finished with a 67-15 record to capture the West's number 1 seed this season. Rui Hachimura believes Lakers must fix little things to close out games. Rui Hachimura had easily his best performance of the series with 23 points for the Los Angeles Lakers in Game 4. However, despite the best efforts of himself and many others, the Lakers just didn't have enough to hold on to victory, falling 116-113 to the Minnesota Timberwolves and now finding themselves down 3-1 in the series. It is an extremely difficult hole to be in, but not an insurmountable deficit as teams have come back before. The question is whether the Lakers can be the latest team to pull it off and, more importantly, if they even believe it's possible. Hachimura certainly believes it is and is very confident the Lakers will take Game 5 and send the series back to Minnesota. The forward feels the Lakers are right there and just have to fix the little mistakes that have cost them so far, as seen on Spectrum Sportsnet. "Oh, we're gonna get one, yeah we're gonna get one. This is not done yet. we're right there, we're really right there, we just gotta fix little things. Of course, the fourth quarter is gonna be the problem for us, so we gotta watch the film again. We just gotta execute. We gotta pay attention to calls, adjustments defensively and offensively. We gotta be locked in. Those little mistakes are gonna hurt us, so we gotta communicate well, we gotta be better on that side. The coaching, the players, everybody be on the same page. But I think, yeah, we're gonna get one. Hachimura continued on, feeling the Lakers have to be more focused, but maintains the confidence that they can do just that and get back in this series. I think we're right there, we just gotta fix little things and we have to execute. Those last 5 minutes, 6 minutes, whatever that is, we gotta be more focused mentally, physically. We gotta be stronger, we gotta make those shots. So yeah, we're right there, we just fix those. The last team to come back from a 3-1 deficit was the Denver Nuggets, who actually did it in back-to-back series in 2020 inside the bubble. They rallied against the Utah Jazz in the first round and the Los Angeles Clippers in the second round before falling to the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. And of course, the most famous instance involved LeBron James leading the Cleveland Cavaliers back against the Golden State Warriors in the 2016 NBA Finals. The odds aren't great as only 13 teams have ever completed the comeback, but Hachimura clearly believes it is possible, as do the rest of the Lakers. It will simply be a matter of making it into a reality. Austin Reeves, Lakers still have another day to fight. Following Game 4, all of the Lakers spoke confidently about this team's ability to come back and that this series isn't over yet. Austin Reeves made it clear that as long as the Lakers have the opportunity to get out on the court, they are not out of it and will continue to fight. Dorian Finney-Smith, Lakers star LeBron James has come back from 3-1 deficit before. Los Angeles Lakers head coach J.J. Redick made the decision to play only 5 players in the second half of Game 4 against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Dorian Finney-Smith replaced Jackson Hayes as he, LeBron James, Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura didn't get a single break in the final 24 minutes. Unfortunately, Redick's gamble didn't work as the Lakers fell to the Timberwolves and now return to Los Angeles down 3-1 in the series. While the series isn't over, the odds of the Lakers pulling off a comeback aren't great. But the most important thing for the team is to believe it can happen, and this squad absolutely feels they can do it. Finney-Smith spoke on this after the Game 4 loss, saying the Lakers still feel they can come out victorious in this series but must take it one game at a time. He also acknowledged that James has done this before, as seen on Spectrum Sportsnet. "Well, I seen Bron do it already," laughs. "But we still feel like we can win this series, we just gotta win one game at a time. Obviously we put ourselves in harm's way, but we gotta figure it out as a team." Of course, Finney-Smith is referring to LeBron leading the Cleveland Cavaliers back from a 3-1 deficit to defeat the Golden State Warriors in the 2016 NBA Finals. It will forever go down as one of the greatest series comebacks in all of sports, and the Lakers would love to be able to replicate it against the Timberwolves. The struggle for the Lakers has been their lack of size against this extremely physical Minnesota team. Finney-Smith has given everything he could to be a factor, but the team as a whole have been unable to keep the Timberwolves off the glass, and it has cost them. As Finney-Smith said, the Lakers have to take it one game at a time, and these 2 games in Minnesota have shown that they are capable of winning with just a couple of tweaks here and there. They are going to have to be locked in at another level in order to pull this off, but they feel it's possible and now will have to show the world it is. Lakers coach J.J. Redick explains decision to play 5 players in second half of Game 4. The decision to play just 5 players the entire second half was certainly unexpected, but J.J. Redick felt it is what gave the Lakers the best chance to win. Redick explained the decision after the fact, saying that it wasn't planned beforehand, but was a decision made at the half. The Lakers coach added he doesn't regret the decision. Lakers have Dalton Connect solution to addressing key postseason woes. The Los Angeles Lakers need to fix a key flaw ahead of Game 5. Game 4 was the second matchup in a row that held a familiar pattern for the Los Angeles Lakers. The longer the game progressed, the more notable it was just how much fatigue was holding the Lakers back from sealing the deal on a very winnable game. J.J. Redick made the bold call to run 5 players for the entire second half. That was the first time since tracking has been around in NBA playoff history that type of decision had been made. It resulted in the second straight game where the fourth quarter did not go the Lakers' way. Los Angeles was outscored 32-19 by the Minnesota Timberwolves, losing the game 116-113. "I don't think fatigue had anything to do with that," LeBron James refuted in his response to a reporter. "We just missed some point-blank shots. We were getting to what we wanted to get into, and we just weren't able to convert." While James is arguing against the point, it is difficult to ignore the actual on-court product disagreeing with his claims. The Lakers need a solution to solve their current predicament, and the time to take chances is now. Connect offers answer to questionable bench production. In defense of Redick's decision to run only 5 guys on Sunday afternoon, it is surely difficult to be lacking trust in the rotational players available to you. Crunch time was supposed to be an advantage for the Lakers entering this series. Instead, areas like their offensive execution have suffered. The Lakers devolved to a lot of standing around and watching Luka Doncic play isolation basketball for consecutive offensive trips while trying to catch their breath. After Jackson Hayes only played 4 minutes in Game 4, it would be a fair estimation to expect Redick changing up his starting lineup for Game 5 by adding Dorian Finney-Smith to that group. However, that adjustment makes an already underperforming bench even worse. Unless the expectation is to play the Lakers' death lineup for a full 48 minutes, Redick will still need to turn to the bench at some point for meaningful minutes. This could be the point in the postseason to finally allow Dalton Knecht an opportunity to impact the series. Knecht slipped down the pecking order in Los Angeles towards the end of the season. However, the Lakers coach made it clear the rookie is not an afterthought on the team. "We feel like he's a guy who can help us win a game in the playoffs, maybe multiple games," J.J. Redick told Daniel Starkin in April. Knecht's scoring upside could give the Lakers key buckets off the bench they have not seen all series. The most productive game for the second unit was Game 3, scoring 19. The leading scorer of that group, Finney-Smith, would theoretically be leaving them behind. The concerns around Knecht's defense are valid. Redick would need to be careful with which perimeter defenders are left on the floor at the same time. Despite that, the Lakers are crying out for some sort of reliability off the bench. The additional scoring punch would be a great start. ESPN star calls out Luka Doncic after Lakers Timberwolves Game 4. Former New Orleans Pelicans center Kendrick Perkins calls out Los Angeles Lakers star Luka Doncic after Minnesota Timberwolves loss. The Los Angeles Lakers entered the NBA playoffs with about as much hype as any team, due in part to their pairing of LeBron James and Luka Doncic. Two of the best playmakers in the NBA, who can do so much offensively, the Lakers seemed like an easy pick to beat the Minnesota Timberwolves in their first-round series. However, the Lakers face a 3-1 deficit following Sunday's Game 4 loss. Despite 38 points from Doncic and 27 points from James, a fourth-quarter collapse allowed the Timberwolves to come back and hand them a 116-113 loss. Backed by Anthony Edwards' 43 points, ESPN star and former New Orleans Pelicans center Kendrick Perkins called out Doncic following his team's performance. "Watching the fourth quarter, I saw what Nico Harrison was talking about when it comes down to the reason why he traded Luka Doncic," Perkins said on ESPN. "I'm saying to myself, Anthony Edwards is going to win a championship before Luka Doncic. Edwards is a better all-around basketball player than Luka Doncic. And is a top 5 player in the game today." Perkins justified his stance on Edwards' greatness for how he eliminated Kevin Durant and Nikola Jokic from the playoffs last season, and has a chance to eliminate LeBron and Luka this playoffs, with potentially Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler waiting in the next round. While Perkins goes as bold as saying he sees why Dallas Mavericks GM Nico Harrison made the Doncic trade, it's hard to justify that until Dallas' situation is ironed out. But for now, it looks as though Edwards will be knocking yet another pair of stars out of the playoffs this season. Zach Lowe also thinks the LA Lakers' core issue is affecting Luka Doncic's performance. Lowe attributes some of that decline to the Lakers' roster structure, specifically the lack of a reliable pick-and-roll center that Doncic has become accustomed to in Dallas with Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively too. I think we're missing a dive guy so he can break down the defense and play to his strengths, Lowe noted. With Jackson Hayes playing just 4 minutes in Game 4 before being benched, Doncic lacked the vertical threat that previously allowed him to manipulate defenses and create opportunities for his teammates. Now facing elimination, the Lakers must find answers to Doncic's defensive limitations and roster-building issues ahead of Game 5, or their season will come to an abrupt end at the hands of the surging Timberwolves. This article first appeared on NBA Analysis Network and is distributed with permission.